Yo, what is up you guys, Vintran here. So I am a huge gearhead and have always struggled with not buying the latest and greatest piece of equipment. So for 2022, I challenged myself to not buy a single camera or a lens and instead focus on building out the other things that play into filmmaking. Recently, I invested in some Amaran 200X bicolor LED lights and softboxes to go with that, as you guys can see on my key light. And I've also invested in some Sennheiser G4 Labs with the MKE2 mics, which you are listening to me on right now. But recently I found and absolutely love one light that costs less than $100. And you've actually been looking at it at this whole time. So I actually found these tube lights through Parker Welbeck of Full-Time Filmmaker, and he sells the lights very similar to this called the FTF corner lights. And I was about to purchase a ton of them until he ran out of stock. So I went to Amazon, did some deep diving, and I found these unbranded ones, however, but they do only cost $90. So these unbranded $90 lights from Amazon range from 2700 Kelvin to 5600 Kelvin and are also brightness dimmable. And the kit is pretty simple. You have this little IR remote that controls the light and a simple AC adapter with a foot pedal for quickly turning on and off the light. My favorite part about these lights is that they have their own weighted base stand, since they're really supposed to just be used as regular lamps. However, putting them on top of boxes adds for more height. You can also remove the weighted metal base plates and mount this into a clamp of a C-stand, and then your possibilities are limitless. You can use this as a rim light, as a practical light in the scene, as you guys can see here, or as a lightsaber if you wanted. In this scene, I have a Pavotube in the corner, giving that plant some accent light, and the blue light behind me is also coming from a Pavotube. So why did I get these tube lights over something like a Nanlite Pavotube? Compared to the Pavotubes, this has significantly less features. As mentioned, it is only a bicolor light, whereas the Pavotubes are RGBW. The one big thing is that I rarely ever use the RGB feature whenever I'm shooting with the Pavotubes. And I like them being rigged up vertically, which is more complicated with the Pavotubes than with these lamps. There's also a noticeable difference in the diameter. The Pavotube is almost 2 inches or so in diameter, while these lights are around half an inch in diameter, meaning that its presence on screen is a lot slimmer, which I prefer. But don't forget, there is a time and place to use each of these lights, hence why I own both of them. One thing to note is that the skinny lamp requires AC power and there's no battery option available, whereas the Pavotube has its own internal battery. Also, the skinny tube lights are a good bit dimmer than the Pavotubes at max brightness. Lastly, the Pavotubes aren't controllable without physically being at the light, where these skinny tube lights have the included remote, which let me be able to adjust it while watching a reference monitor. One note is that Nanlite does make a Bluetooth device that will enable your smartphone to connect to your Pavotubes, but that's an additional purchase and one that I didn't really want to make. And like I mentioned, these lights are incredibly versatile, especially if you take them off the weighted base, and I've found to use them in multiple different instances. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this content, and I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you want to see more content from me, hit the subscribe button down below, give this video a like. I'm hoping to start producing more videos and really dedicate myself to YouTube this year. But other than that, I'll catch you guys next time. Okay. I'm pretty satisfied with that shoot.